Okay. So welcome everybody to our Team B Wednesday night 9 o'clock call, Eastern Standard Time. We've been doing these consistently through the 90-day blitz. And just in the last 4 weeks, we've decided to get some special guests on to inspire us to keep our mojo going through this 90-day blitz. Some of us are hammering it out a little bit harder than others, but that's okay. We love you all the same. I know everybody's giving it their best shot. We just came off of Stephen Ritz on Friday. I figure we had a good 300 people out. It was amazing. And then on Saturday, we had about 150 people at our regional.
There she is.
And amazing event. And we're just so excited to keep that momentum as we head into June and then July and August. As you know, we've got a few events coming up in June, and then we've got the Power of Five. We're doing an NMD tour as well. So we're just really excited that we're not stopping to conference. The momentum is huge. We hit 75 Club last month, and there is no reason for us to be closing out 100 Club. It's just around the corner, and everybody is, I know, gunning for position. So we're really excited. But tonight we thought we would bring Mitra on and just give her perspective. I mean, she hit 100 Club a long time ago, and I'm sure was right behind Joy Kelly when Joy Kelly hit 100 Club to witness the excitement and the momentum. So we're just calling to Mitra tonight to talk a little bit about what it takes as a team to rally behind the idea of getting this organization to a level that very few teams get to. But I know we're going to get there. So Mitra, I'm going to turn it over to you and get you sharing as I run downstairs and get my computer cord before my computer dies. Okay. Take it away.
Yeah. So welcome everybody. I don't know, there's some new faces I don't recognize and see some familiar faces. So thank you everybody for this opportunity to talk to you via Zoom. I love Zoom calls. It saves me a lot of time getting on an airplane and going somewhere live, and yet seeing people's faces and hopefully connecting via internet. So I don't know how many of you are actually plugged into, I know it's a little difficult from Canada, but plugged into the web wrap calls. But this week I talked about passion and purpose. And it's something that's been on my mind a lot lately, especially since it's the theme of the Seattle Summit Boot Camp that I run every year, and it's coming up towards the end of July here. And Melissa and Nicole were there last year, and we were so happy to have you there. That was really a privilege to have people from so far away show up at our boot camp. So anyway, but the reason I was really hooked into this whole concept of passion and purpose is because I just think that that's what actually had you sign an application. If you just kind of go back for a second to the moment that you actually signed an application, and you signed that application because you saw something for yourself and you saw a way to contribute to others. There were two components, I bet, and I'm betting and I'm betting and I'm betting. There was one component for yourself that you would gain something, and the other was that you'd be able to make a difference in other people's lives. Those two components are what have people sign a Juice Plus application. They see, of course, the products are great, you get health results, but typically how it goes, we're very different than other network marketing companies in that we really bring in, I would say 95+% of the people get health results, and they see an opportunity for themselves and they see an opportunity to help others. And that magical combination is, well, it's a magical combination. It just is. And so with Nicole going for 100 Club, I want to tell you, when I was in the business initially, I don't even know when we went to 100 Club because they weren't measuring such things back then. And then I brought Doug in, and now we're married, but back then we were just friends, and he was my first 100 Club NMD, and then Joy was my next 100 Club NMD, and Larry recently went 100 Club, and I'm looking to Nicole as definitely the next 100 Clubber, and things are speeding up, so to speak. Like, we laid the foundation over the last 2 decades with Juice Plus out on the market. And what's very different today than let alone, nobody was measuring it, but we were doing it anyway, which is kind of interesting to think about. Like, we did it without even knowing. By the time they decided to acknowledge 100 Club people, we were already there, and they were like, okay, you guys are already 100 Club. And so it wasn't sort of a goal that we had in mind, but I had other goals in mind for sure that drove us at that point. And what really I think is unique to all of you today is that you're part of a team and part of a movement. You're probably part of, definitely one of the fastest growing in Canada, if not North America. What Team B is doing is phenomenal. I mean, if you were to start a business by yourself, selling an amazing product like Juice Plus, and it wasn't set up the way it was for you right now, you'd be playing that game by yourself. And I just want you to think about that. As great as the product is, and as great, let's say everything else was even, like we had great marketing materials and all that good stuff. But what if you were playing by yourself? Just think about that for a second. What if you didn't have Nicole and Melissa and whoever your upline support or your sideline support or the community? What if you did not have that? Just take a second to think about that for a second. What would that look like? I mean, if somebody wants to unmute and have a few words about that, I want to hear it. Anybody? Can you imagine what that looks like?
Boring, unfulfilling.
Wait, I can say something?
Yeah. Hi, Sarah.
Hi. I can say something because I can officially say that a year ago, I was suicidal. I had no friends. I had no one understood me. And I joined Juice Plus. And you guys have changed my life. I'm changing other people's lives. And tonight, I signed a lease on my dream because of Juice Plus.
So, I mean, that's
like I'm sorry, if you go from feeling so out of place in the world to joining a company that supports you, that empowers you, and that gives you the tools that you need to succeed, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I am like on cloud 9 right now, happy and proud of being with Juice Plus.
That's great, Sarah. Just ride that wave is all I can tell you. Just keep going. And that's how I felt. I mean, I was actually a very, very, very successful scientist at the time that Juice Plus came into my life. I was about to open up my own lab, and I had grants and all, papers and top scientific journals. Even as a grad student, I published in something called Science, which is like the leading American journal in our field. And so what was different for me is, just like Sarah said, is that I actually went from a place where being a woman in the world of science I was always clawing and fighting my way to the top, just always defending and trying to take care of my own, and kind of just always watching my back. I didn't know who was going to support me and who wasn't. And usually it was my own advisors, my own professors that were supposed to support me, but they were intimidated by sort of what I had to offer. And so to go from that world to enter the world of Juice Plus, and to be able to apply myself, because I had a good work ethic. I was a good worker, and to apply that work ethic, I could put in ridiculous amounts of work. And so to apply that for something that was for myself and in a community that supported me, that, like Sarah said, was a game changer. That really, really, I got hooked. So as Nicole is going for 100 Club, here's how this works. Is that today Nicole's going for 100 Club. Tomorrow you may be going for 100 Club. And we will be here for you the way we are here for Nicole today. And that's how it all works. Is like, it's a win-win situation. There's very few companies that are set up the way we are, with an amazing product that we have today. I mean, it's really, really a unique opportunity. So as you guys are pushing for 100 Club, I want you to know there's probably no better time for you to push your own goals, to push your own effort, to go the extra mile. It's actually there's something I learned a long time ago, whether it's in business or anything else. It's that last 10%. People do like 80%, 90%, and then they go, oh, I've already done so much. I've done so much already. I'm tired. I need to take a nap. I don't want to do more, But it's that last 10% that changes your life. It changes your life, and it changes the lives of everyone around you. And you have no time to be wimpy about it, no time to be whiny about it, no time to let any negative thoughts enter your mind, except just go for that last 10%. Mm-hmm. So I just know that you guys are probably in that place of that last 10%. Nicole, would that be pretty accurate?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And it's an exponent. It's kind of like pushing a snowball. Like Bob Burdick gave me this analogy a long time ago. This business is like pushing a snowball up the hill, and it's just a lot of work. And you can't, like where's the top? And sometimes you can't see because of the bad weather where the top is. But once you get it to the top, it just rolls down the other side. And I'm definitely on the roll on the other side kind of business. I mean, today I put in effort because I want to, not because I have to, but I know where you guys are at. You guys are pushing a snowball up the hill, and do not stop that last 10%, even as a team. The synergy of working with a team, your efforts are going to be multiplied. So you could make a phone call on your own trying to get, let's say you yourself are trying to get to 3 club or 6 club or 12 club, and somehow that's going to help Nicole get to 100 club. And you can go, well, I don't care about Nicole's 100 club, whatever. I'm just trying to get to, 3 club myself. I don't think any of you are actually thinking that way, to tell you the truth. I think you guys are a great team. But when you put your effort in with a whole bunch of other people that have similar goals that are in alignment, you may think you're getting to 3 club, but that 3 club may be the foundation for your 12 club, and so on and so forth. Like you may be pushing for 12 club yourself, and you have no idea you're actually laying the foundation for your 39 club. So I just want you to know that this push is not just for Nicole, it's for you. And the team synergy is priceless. It's absolutely priceless to kind of go for this together as a team. I mean, I don't have words to explain how powerful it is when you work together. When you work together, your actions have a lot more results you'll see down the road that you're not going to. It's already that way in our business to begin with, but when we work together as a team, it's very much so. Very, very much so. So, I don't know, Nicole, is there anything specifically you want me to help address or any questions I can answer?
Melissa, is there anything that you had that you wanted Mitra to address tonight? You got a lot of your team on here, and as we know, Melissa's gunning for 50 club this month, so I know she's put a video out for her team to go for it, which is really exciting. Any words, Melissa? You're on mute right now. Can you hear me, Melissa? Are you there?
I can hear you.
Yeah, Mitra, talk about the summertime. People saying, what? Yeah, summertime. People saying, oh, it's summer, I'm going to take it easy, all that.
Well, you could say that about summer, but ultimately you're making that decision. And people that have struggled to try to get to NMD for years and years and years. Like Radka, I remember the year she went for NMD. Normally Radka she was in this business for over a decade before she got to NMD. And it's because she just really took the summer off. If you know Radka at all, she's from, near Victoria. She just enjoys the outdoors. She's a nature girl, and she's just like, it's summer, I'm not going to work. But one year she went to conference and decided, this is the summer I'm going to work. And it was that continuous momentum. So in the beginning, when you're pushing that snowball up the hill, that continuous momentum is so important. So I want to ask a question. What if you had to give up this summer so you could enjoy the rest of the summers in your life? What if you said no today so you could say yes for the rest of your life? that really is what it boils down to. Like, it has nothing to do with summer or winter. Summer could be the best time to talk to people because you're out and about more often, so you see more people, you're active, and you go to parties and you go to all kinds of things, and so there's more. The reality is it's kind of dumb from a business perspective to not work in the summer, because that's when you're out of the house more. You know, that whole Goya principle, get out, get off your ass and get out of the house, kind of all that stuff is about really in the summer is where your biggest opportunity to make a difference in the business. So, you know, hey, if you are at the income that you're at, take the summer off. You can in our business. You can go, you know what, I'm already making $1 million a year. I'm taking the summer off. But if you're not there, what if this was the summer you worked? What if this was the summer that changed all summers in the future? What about that? What about that as a possibility? Like, what about, you know, giving up the short-term gain for the long-term win? And the thing is, if you make our business fun, I'm not saying you have to give up fun. Please don't misunderstand me. You can have fun all summer and be intentional about business, intentional about customers, intentional about planting the seed of the business, intentional about the next event you're going to invite people to take a look at our business. So you can do it all. You don't have to give up fun, but you just like don't turn off your creative brain. Don't turn off your business brain just because it's summer, because summer is to me, the biggest opportunity to do business. Actually, the seasons that most people take off in our business, we're a people business. We're a social business. So I think it's a mistake to not take advantage of summer. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, and I would just encourage you guys. You know, there's a lot of leaders here on the call that has duplicated how we do simple wellness presentations, whether it be T30 or Boss Babes. And, you know, as you look at your summer, think about where you're traveling. Is there an opportunity to do an event where you travel? I'm heading out to Kelowna for a week. I've already set up a Boss Babe in July. I'm heading to Calgary for a week. I've set up a Boss Babe in Calgary. I'm probably going to go to Edmonton. I'm going to set up a Boss Babe in Edmonton. So as I'm playing, I'm doing business, and the great thing is I write off everything.
But there's something to what Nicole is saying that I want to kind of dissect a little bit, which is that she's not just showing up and going, I'm doing a Boss Babe event. She's actually done a couple of things that are important for you guys to embrace. There was a time, I'm sure Nicole was intimidated to do her first Boss Babe event. Like, what the hell am I going to say? Like, what am I supposed to do? How does this work? And you kind of have to jump in and just all you have to do is talk authentically about the product and your product story and your business story. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do a whole lot more. And have other people share 3 or 4 stories, and a little socializing and answering people's questions is all that it takes to do a Boss Babe event. So the first thing is to get over yourself and thinking that you can't do an event like that just because you've had no experience or whatever. It's not as hard as you think. It's just like being real with people and sharing your story and having other people share their story. And the second thing that I bet Nicole did is she probably talked to people and said, like, so let's say you have a contact in Cologne or wherever, like somewhere. You have to call that person up and go, I want to do an event with you. And they might have reservations. They might have, whatever. But I bet, Nicole, that you were bold and said, no, we're doing this. All you have to do is invite people and I will make the rest of it work. Like enrolling people, enrolling your friends. Like even if you don't know how to do the business, if you love the concept of Juice Plus and good health and you want to share it with people, that's all I need. I'll do the rest. You got to just invite the people and I'll help you invite them with you, and just holding that new person's hand and helping them create a powerful event. And that's why she's got her calendar full. Like, how are you going to fill your calendar? By enrolling your friends into doing something. And even if in fact, I can't say this enough, you're most powerful when you don't know what you're doing, but you've got that passion and you want to commit and just do it anyway, because that's when people feel your authenticity. And that's when you're most powerful.
Absolutely. And I kind of chuckle because Sarah, I remember last year, Melissa and I were supposed to drive up to Ottawa, and it was such a small event that we decided to do the event from our phones. So we ended up, you were in the back of, I think, a backyard. There was a pool. There was a few people around the pool, and Melissa and I were on our phones, and we literally did a Boss Babe in the backyard being 4.5 hours away.
Yeah,
and
I do
here
remember.
you are signed up. You're a sales coordinator going for SSC this year or this month. So I guess my point is no excuses. You can get any of us leaders or any other people that you resonate with their story and get them on a phone in your backyard and have a party. It's that easy.
Yeah, you just don't overthink it and just kind of put it out there. Our job is to enroll people into having parties, even if we have to show up on Zoom or however. And that's how Nicole is spreading her message in different places. Like, oh, once you do it like 2,000 times, it becomes boring. So it's most interesting, most fun when you first start it and you kind of don't know what you're doing. And secondly is to help others, like, get the word out there. And just, even if they talk to two people, even if you talk to two people, you don't know if like one person can become an NMD, one unsuspecting prospect that you're talking to. I have gone to so many meetings where, people are like, I'm sorry, I didn't get 20 people here. Well, the people that show up, the thing is, and sometimes when there's a smaller audience, I've seen that people really get to task and they absorb more information, and you can't judge whether a big event or a small event is going to be more productive because, hey, what if you had me in the audience? You don't know. What if you had Nicole in the audience? What if you had a future Melissa in the audience? You just don't know who's going to show up. And that's the magic of network marketing. That's the magic of network marketing.
I love it. Yeah. Does anybody want to unmute yourself and ask Mitra any questions while we got her on Zoom? Anybody? Don't be shy. No, everyone's being shy.
I have a question.
Okay.
Hi, Sarah.
I have a question. I'd like to know, what was your proudest moment doing Juice Plus? Like, what's that moment where you just had that raw gut feeling that, yes, this is exactly what you're doing? Like, what was your proudest moment? Maybe just to share with some other reps that are maybe not as inspired right now or not as motivated. What was your moment, and how did that feel, and how did that change your life?
Well, it's a really interesting question, Sarah, because I have to think back a lot about, because it's not a typical business where you have one proud moment. You have one proud moment after another, after another, after another. And if you've been in this business for as long as I have, I've had the incredible fortune of having many proud moments. If I had to think back to the first proud moment, I think just getting my mother on Juice Plus and being able to reduce her blood pressure right away, which I wasn't really even expecting, but to be able to make a difference for my mother's life in a way. I knew that blood pressure medications were not great for her, and I was just so surprised. I had no idea. I mean, this was many years ago. We had not. That was the first blood pressure testimonial, was my own mother. Now we have lots of people who've experienced that and we have research behind it. But back then that was oh, I did not expect that. And to have my mom buy it, I thought she was buying it. She probably was, who knows, just to kind of, support me. But to be able to get her off her blood pressure medications right away, that just was wow, as a daughter to have your mom stop taking this poison. It's just, that was the first testimonial I had, was my own mother. Yeah.
Thank you. I only asked that question for my reps and my team that are on board, just to go back and think about not just why you're joining the business, but how it's impacted the ones that you love. And what was your aha moment? To go back to that time, like your first customer, when you heard your first testimonial, almost PG here or past PG, I almost shit my pants the first time someone came back with such a great testimonial. To know that myself, who's not a doctor, made such an impact in someone's life.
Yeah.
Because I was not afraid to share.
Yeah. And most doctors, and Sarah, you make such a great point. That really was what I've been talking about, people finding their passion and purpose, is because most doctors don't get the experience of ever having a patient naturally reduce their blood pressure. You know, they might be able to control. Oh, there's Doug. Doug here.
Hey, Doug.
I think he wants to say something.
It's Team TGA. GTA. Ontario.
Oh, and by the way, my goal, and I've written down in my planner, is in 1 year from now, you guys will be guests of honor here in Ottawa with a room of 500 people. That's my goal. That's my vision. So you guys will be introduced to our nation's capital, and I'm going to make it happen.
Can we meet the
Come in
Prime Minister?
Ottawa. Pack your bags.
Can we meet the Premier as well?
I've already actually emailed the Prime Minister about having tower gardens in the Parliament Hill.
Of course you have.
I mean, if the White House has one, why wouldn't the,
That's exactly what I said, and I have a meeting with him in 2 weeks.
I want to test the marijuana in it now that it's legal.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's a whole other sideline business that we can talk about. But yeah, so Mitra, Doug, I'll see you guys in a year here in Ottawa. 1 year. Mark my words. It'll happen.
All right. I like it. That's great.
Hi, Mitra.
Hi, Cassie.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. I just wanted to introduce myself briefly with you. When I was looking at Juice Plus, I wasn't a rep or taking the product back last year. Melissa, was telling me about Juice Plus, and I was like, have you done this study on mice? Because I'm in research as well. And she told me, you need to talk to Dr. Mitra. You need to look at all of her videos because she's got it all down. And I did. And so you are my role model now. Obviously, now I'm with Juice Plus. And so I just wanted to tell you that you're quite an inspiration. And I'm looking forward to my business soaring with you.
Oh, thanks, Cassie. Thank you. Great to have you on the team. Thanks for introducing yourself. Yeah, it's great. Awesome. You all have no idea how much you inspire me. I mean, I wouldn't, at this point of the business, like my check comes whether I get on the Zoom call or not, or do anything or not. But I love to meet who's coming in and hear people's stories and watch, what's new, what's happening, and what you guys are doing is really, really exciting. I'm so proud of Nicole. I'm so proud of all of you on this team. And, you guys just are so on track. Just, 10%, that last 10, don't stop when you have all that. Like when you want to stop, that's when you don't stop. That's when you pour on the heat. Trust me on that one. That's when you pour flame on the fire, fuel on the fire. That's time to fan the fires is right now. You guys have momentum going, so you will all benefit from taking advantage of that team momentum. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Well, it's 9:30. That's our 30 minutes. Thank you so much, Mitra, for joining us. And I'm pretty excited that we are going for that last 10%. And it'll be really, really cool to see everybody push up the marketing plan. I know that we will be walking stage in our Team B shirts. I've already visualized it. And we'll have a bunch of you down there at conference celebrating the big win. And knowing that we're inspiring all of Canada and beyond. So let's bring it home. 100 Club, Team B.
Woo!
Is Karen Geishan at a disco?
I am always at a disco. Always partying.
Put your clothes
on. Never.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us. I will put this on Team B tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good night. Thanks, Doug. Thanks, Mitra.
Sure.